Hey there, it's Cuss with Beauty Tarot going live for you. Going to get into a reading that is for each sign and sort of a pivotal time. So I thought it'd be great to hop on. Pivotal time because as you've been hearing all the astrologers talk about our crazy astrology right now and how it's affecting everybody in a big way. It's affecting us individually, and it's affecting the collective. And you keep hearing a lot about that. I'm not an astrologist, but it is worth mentioning that Baribault Basket, which is the large. Well, they're not all large, but the outer planets that tend to be the slower moving planets are all actually in sort of a complementary alignment right now, forming like a trapezoid, forming like a basket. And astrologers have been talking about this for, I don't know, a really long time. I would say over 50, 70 years or whatever. There's been a prediction that this was going to be a pretty monumental time and that these planets don't really ever come into this sort of alignment for years and years and years and years. So right now, we're in the midst of that, and I want to do your tarot reading for the next 2 weeks and what you can expect, kind of corresponding with what that astrology is really happening right now. Whether it's that movement of those four large planets, Jupiter, what is it, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, and at the same time, we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, which has typically done its wonky slow down thing, but we're coming out of that very shortly. And then we also have the impact of Leo season. So we are coming from Cancer, which is a little more introspective, watery, emotional, moving into an action oriented, a little more attention seeking and out there, sort of not attention seeking, but more out there and action oriented fire sign of Leo. So as we move from the reflecting and the sometimes slow going or wonky nature of the Mercury retrograde, stationing forward soon, and as we also move into Leo, going from sort of inaction to action, in some measure for each sign, this creates a bit of going from inside out, going from some reflection to now what kind of action do I want to take? So let's see how that's bearing out for each sign. And I'll go through your astrology on that. Your tarot on that. And I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I will timestamp these. And I will pull also, since it's very apropos, a Moonology card for each sign. And we'll see just how this whole confluence of events is affecting you. I will start with the sign of Aries. And we're going to do a foundation, an influencer, and an advice card. Okay, so what's going on for Aries right now, given that we have all these energies individually and for the collective? Now, one thing you need to know about this Baribault Basket thing that astrologers are talking about, it's affecting us, yes, right now in the next 2 weeks and all those things. But it has the ability to set us up almost like for a really long time to come, like maybe even like the next generation to come. Like we're seeing seismic societal shifts. And, unless you've been sleeping under a rock, that some of that shows up in sort of cataclysmic ways, like wars and major political ways. We're seeing a lot of climate reaction. We're seeing literally wildfires and smoke and what seems like sort of this earth reaction, but we are going through something collectively, behaviorally, that has the ability to set us up, not only just what we're experiencing right now, but for a long stretch to come. So, it's not that it's all doom and gloom. It's setting us up for almost a new era of something that's breaking into being. So let's see. That's like the more philosophical version of this. Let's see what it has to do for your sign. Starting with Aries, your foundation is the 5 of Pentacles. Right now, I'm going to be doing 1 to 2 week. This is a 1 to 2 week window right now. Your impactor or clarifying is the Hierophant. And the advice card is the Five of Pentacles, right? Interesting for you, Aries. So, I'm sorry, Page of Pentacles. So we have the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Page of Pentacles for Aries. So, as a foundation, you could be coming off of something that's been a bit anxiety brewing for you, or a little bit of feeling outside of things, or a little bit of lack, or maybe you're seeing yourself separate from others, kind of bearing a burden and kind of carrying your own struggle, maybe not fully seeing the glass half full, Aries. So for some of you, this is not all of you, you could be going through or coming out of excuse me, a foundation that is a little rocky. I'm not going to lie, a little emotionally challenging. Um, and maybe you've been questioning what people expect of you, what society expects of you, the kind of right or wrong decision to make in a circumstance that you're in. Maybe you're weighing up a decision. So for some Aries, you're weighing up a decision that you're deciding right and wrong. You're not feeling like you really want to take big risks, but there's a part of you that is also restless. And the Page of Pentacles would say it's actually time, if you're thinking soon in the next 2 weeks, if you've been percolating on some idea that could be product or service or career related, or even just an artistic expression of yourself, Aries, time is coming for you to put forth that beautiful little kernel or bud of something that you've been kind of percolating on. You may not have felt like you were ready, but this flows very well with the energy that's happening right now collectively, which is we're moving from that internal standpoint to an external, put it into the world standpoint. It'll be different for everybody, but you will know what this means, Aries. You've got something that you have thought about, or you've got a question mark on how to show others your credibility or your worth. For some of you, Aries, this may show up as a certain topic you want to study, or something you want to learn, and you're ready. You're getting ready to do that. The last thing I'll say on Aries is conclusions are within reach. So yeah. So basically, you may need to let go of some things to move into the next chapter. It's a full moon eclipse card, which means the conclusions are in reach. So kind of needing to close an older chapter before embarking on this new chapter and this new expression and this new learning, or this new showing of your worth at work or out in the world. So it's one of those, close the door on being so concerned about what other people think, about what society thinks here, and get ready to take the next step toward something. But you are going to have to let go of something and close something out first, is clearly what the cards are saying, Aries. So that's what I've got for you. Let's look at Taurus. Shuffle up the cards a little bit. I will timestamp these, like I said. That was very aligned with the astrology that's going on right now. Kind of going from internal to external. It's a good evolution. That was a good one. So this one is definitely for Taurus now. What does Taurus need to know during this time? One already popped out. Okay, Taurus. Let's see. Taurus. Oh, wow. 10 of Wands. The Empress. And the Five of Cups. Okay. I'm reading in that order. It's possible that I flipped the last two around. But basically, you're coming out of a kind of a burdensome, a lot going on period, Taurus. You've been juggling a lot. You've had a lot on your mind. You've had a lot to produce. 10 of Wands. You've sometimes maybe let it cloud seeing the vision, seeing where you're headed. You're so bogged down. You see the character can't really see out from under what she's got on her back. So if you've been coming out of a period where you've been juggling and carrying a lot, the Empress card is what's hitting you up right now as the catalyst and the influencer, saying it's time to get back to what you want to create and put out into the world, Taurus. In fact, interestingly, if you look at it just visually in the Ten of Wands, she's got all these flowers she's carrying. I'm sorry, I'm doing a bad job with the camera. She's got all the flowers she's carrying. And then the Empress card has her with all of them now under her skirt. So she's birthing something like the Empress would. She's taken all the flowers that have, and sometimes it's felt like a burden. It's been a lot going on. But now she's ready to think about what she's putting out there, what she wants to birth, what she wants to create. There's going to be some patience involved with this, Taurus. It's not going to all be fast. And you have a similar kind of, not the same card, but you have this kind of advice card of Five of Cups. Five of Cups is, you might have to close out something too. It's not the same card Aries had, but it says here that, when you have the Five of Cups, certain things have been disruptive. 3 cups tipped over, they spilled. It's upsetting. So something happened that maybe involves a little bit of a letting go, a loss, a grieving, but always in the Five of Cups. What I love about the Five of Cups, and this is a little harder to see because it's not traditional Five of Cups, but you do see she's got the staff with the 2 beautiful blooms on them. And in the regular deck, it's the 2 cups still remaining. And 2 cups is like a beautiful relationship or a knowing of oneself. So Taurus, coming out of this period of burden and just juggling a lot and feeling like you have a lot on your plate, trying to figure out, what to put forth in the world, it's time to put something forth in the world. And if you have to kind of narrow your focus and let a few of those things go that maybe didn't pan out, as well as the others, take the couple things that are panning out and move forward with them. Find those things that are panning out, Taurus, and move forward with them. And don't forget to see that there are still some things really good, really strong and beautiful. Because if you're coming out of like, well, I had to close something off or let something go, that's okay. Because we love constraints. Because constraints let us focus on the things that are most important to us. And then you may have to figure out like what those are through just being quiet, through a little bit of meditation, a little bit of contemplation. Maybe you want to journal about it, walk, experience nature, just be with yourself, have your cup of tea, whatever works for you, cozy Taurus. Figure out what that is. What needs to close off? What beauty do you still want to keep and put out in the world? So that's very encouraging. That is Taurus. Okay. Let's see. We have Gemini. Let's see, Gemini. It's coming up for Gemini in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. It's your oracle. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. It's coming up for Gemini. Okay, one more. That jumped. Okay, Gemini. 5 of Swords. Get the light. 4 of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. Okay, so 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles for Gemini. You may be wrestling with yourself, Gemini. You may have a lot going on in your head. 5 of Swords. What to do, conflicting ideas, maybe within yourself or to do with other people. Gemini might have a lot on their mind coming into this period. Now, the influencer or the clarifier is the 4 of Swords. So you need to take a break. You need to take a break, rest, and figure some things out. Don't feel guilty taking some time to yourself. 4 of Swords means, you need to reevaluate what's just happened, contemplate, restore. Those are keywords for you, Gemini. So coming out of this conflict or just kind of some things on your mind, excuse me, 5 of Swords could be, battles, fights a little bit where nobody's a winner. You need to take a beat. You need to take a beat with yourself, Gemini, and see what comes when you slow down. Because what you have coming into the future as advice is look at what golden opportunities will emerge when you do that. Something may be happening that is forcing you to slow down. I hope it's nothing severe, but something is influencing you that is going to cause you to slow down. Pause. Excuse me. But the advice coming out of this is look at the gold. It's one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. Look at the golden opportunity that's coming through with the Ace of Pentacles, where you least expect it. The flowers coming up through the dirt, through the ground. There are things coming, and notice them. Because she's just like noticing the opportunity, Gemini. Coming out of pausing, because Gemini likes to move fast, do fast, think fast, has a lot going on, bing diddy bang diddy boom. But coming out of this pause, make sure you're noticing what the universe is handing you. It doesn't have to be the biggest next move, but it's the most beautiful next offering. Is somebody offering you a hand in friendship? Is a relationship opening to a discussion? Is your career giving you a small opportunity? Is there something new you can begin? So this is really what it's telling you. The oracle is step out of your comfort zone. So you may need to step out of your comfort zone during this period to, first of all, slowing down is out of Gemini's comfort zone in many cases, many Geminis. So that part will be. But also when you notice something out there, it might be a bit of against your nature to narrow your focus to it, to take it in, because Gemini likes to have so many things going on. So challenge yourself to do that, because that's what this is telling you is your comfort zone doesn't mean you have to put a million things out there, Gemini. You're, out of your comfort zone means maybe it's just narrowing your focus a bit coming out of the next, going into the next 1 to 2 weeks as we move out of Mercury retrograde and into Leo season. Where can you notice the opportunity that's being handed you and be grateful for it is what I'm feeling too. And then see if there's any micro action that you want to take in alignment with it, in alignment with yourself. So I'm going to take some coffee. Excuse me. Okay. Cancer. Let's see what's going on for Cancer. Sun, moon, rising. Got your oracle. Thanks for being here. Whether you're watching today, Sunday, or later when I put this up. Thanks. If you came upon this channel, please like and subscribe. It just helps people find it. I'm not on here that often, so you're doing that just helps draw a little attention when I am. Okay, Cancer. Cancer is a little bit quiet right now. But Cancer's not always so quiet. Sun, moon, rising, Cancer. Cancer's been thinking of themselves a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. Cancer is coming off of a period of 9 of Pentacles. Freedom, independence. Cancer's been coming off of an energy like that. But they have some big decisions on their mind, 2 of Swords. Is there something that you're missing, Cancer? Is there something that's kind of hiding in plain sight? But, like, look at this person. They have a birdhouse on their head, but there's like, okay, I'm just kind of hanging out. And it's all right. There's birds at my head, but I don't really see it right now. Often there's a decision that needs to be made or something that you're just kind of not seeing. Or in some cases, Cancer, you might be giving acquiescence or being too lenient on somebody that might need your input or your reaction. So maybe it's because you were kind of focusing a little on yourself in this period. Doesn't mean it's wrong, but you had a period of time recently where you had something going on, Cancer, and you were kind of just feeling your oats a little, enjoying your freedom, enjoying life and what you were building. And maybe you've been forestalling a certain decision But coming into the advice and future card is the sun, so it doesn't get much better than that. So something will be illuminating you. If you do have a decision to make, Cancer, you will know the answer soon. But also, this is just auspicious. It's just good luck for you, Cancer, because it's almost like I'm feeling like a Midas touch energy. Like there's not too much that you can do that wouldn't turn into gold right now, Cancer. And then interestingly, I didn't even see this, but your oracle card that popped out was prosperity lies ahead. So yeah, this Leo season and this next 2 weeks going into it and coming out of the Mercury retrograde and as everything's aligning for you is really, really, really good news. Like you do have like a Midas touch right now, Cancer. So make sure that you're channeling that as you would like. And if you're on the fence about a decision, you're going to be coming out of it soon. You're going to be paying better attention to what's in front of you. And the universe is rewarding you for sure. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. I feel like for you, Cancer, the universe is going to especially reward decisive action and thinking here. Okay, so after Cancer comes Leo. Leo, this is your season. Congrats, Leo, for coming on your season. So all the Leos are kind of feeling themselves soon. That's good. That is good. And I think that Leos sort of radiate that to everybody else that they touch too. So Leos have that way of being very generous and helping other people feel good in their presence. So when Leo feels good, we all feel good. And we're entering into Leo season. So if you know Leo's in your life or you have it in your chart, this is good news. This is good news. Okay. So Leo, sun, moon, and rising. Okay. Interesting. 2 wands, 2 fires. And oh my gosh. You're not really shut out there. Another wand. Okay, I got 3 wands for Leo. And let me just get your oracle. And I have a sun on my shirt. Just for you, Leo. Okay. So Leo, the foundation that you're bringing into this is the Page of Wands. So the idea of putting your wares and your action into the world. Page of Wands wants to create, wants to ideate, is creative, is innovative. But so recently you're coming from kind of the pondering of where do I go now with what I want to put out in the world? Maybe some things have changed for you, Leo. Maybe you've had some recent situations that have felt like a block or question mark about where you should put your talent into the world. It's really interesting. And that's what I think the Page of Wands is bringing you to in this moment as we embark into the next couple weeks. The clarifier for that, as you think about what you want to put into the world in terms of your creativity, Leo, is the 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands is always looking out over the ocean. In this case, she's looking out over the city, I think the city, but she still has the ship in her hand. So she's thinking, she's sending her ships out to see what comes back. So that's the perfect progression. You've been thinking about how you want to create, what's changing for you creatively, how you want to put your ideas and your talent out into the world. Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you're picking up a hobby, Leo, and you're going to have to test the waters and see what you want to put out there to see, kind of get the signals back. So there could be a testing of the waters. This is great. This is an expanding time for Leo. You need to see what you want to put out to see what comes back. What energy do you want to give? And you'll see what comes back in terms of fruition and what you yield from that. So the Page of Wands, and then the 3 of Wands, and then the advice is the 7 of Wands. So during this time, while you're thinking about your creativity and how things are shifting up a little for you, and what you want to put out, where you want to invest your time and energy. Just be aware with the Seven of Wands that people might be offering you opportunity. Clearly in Leo season, Leo, people are going to be offering you opportunity. People are going to see how you're shining. So things will come out to you as well as you putting some things out there. So Seven of Wands means, have appropriate boundaries if you need it to guard your energy, to balance your energy a little bit with what you maintain for yourself and what you put out into the world. You may have to balance your energy and have a few boundaries. But I'm also getting like there's a possibility that there could be some jealousies in this situation. People might be admiring you, Leo, and that could cause a little friction. So, just be aware of all those things. And the advice card is to bring love into the situation. So if you enter into situations that are or friction oriented, the advice is saying kind of go back to the heart, be heart focused, and bring love into the situation. So that is the reading for Leo. That's a good advice. A lot of good things coming for Leo and Leo season. So moving along, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for Virgo. Next 1 to 2 weeks, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're halfway through. I said it's going to timestamp, so. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's your foundation? 9 of Swords. And 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. Okay, beautiful. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Virgo, it's been a stressful time. You're coming out of a stressful time. Knight of Swords. 9 of Swords is the sleepless nights. Maybe your sleep literally has been impacted. I'm a Virgo and mine has been, just let's be real. And yet, what's impacting also the situation for you, Virgo, is the need for patience. 7 of Pentacles is always about where should I put my energy? I'm planting seeds for things that are growing. I'm not sure what to do with the next seed. Where do I put it? So if you've been thinking about all the things you should be doing, could be doing, what's happening, Virgo, where Virgo wants to make a change, they've been kind of analyzing a lot, and Virgo always analyzes a lot. Influencing that is the need to be patient, the need to be discerning, which Virgo is usually very good at, to discern, to create judgment, to analyze and decide what can I do now versus what can I be patient about? Where should I put my energy? And a future advice is an outcome is the Knight of Cups. So let love and loving relationships come into your sphere. Notice, start from compassion for yourself, have compassion for others. Share words, Virgo. Sometimes you get so in your head and so judging of, trying to make things better, trying to fix things for yourself and others, that you don't slow down and kind of just like say the obvious. So if you've got a friend or you've got a person in your life, work, personal, platonic, family or loved one, that you aren't verbalizing how you care about them or doing the small thing that shows your love, do it. Do it, Virgo. I mean, that's the advice that I'm getting for you is, that's authentic for a Virgo. And sometimes Virgo gets caught up on doing, solving, analyzing. So this would say to me, the advice is don't forget the heart-centered words, gestures, little things that are, part of what you do for yourself and part of what you do for the people closest to you. Small, not big gestures, not big things. I do think there's an element of self-care in that, especially if you're having those sleepless nights, that you're taking care of yourself. And your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so if there's things you're thinking about right now that you've been analyzing and ruminating over, Virgo, put some mini lists together. You're good at that. Put some lists together, put a few steps together, see what micro action you can take. That's very, very, um, very coming out of the Mercury retrograde. We're going internal to external. So you've been thinking about it long enough, Virgo. Take some small steps, move this thing forward, move a couple things forward. If you're looking to connect with people, connect with one person that's been on your radar, revisit someone you haven't talked to in a while. If you've got an idea or a work plan for something that you want to create, get it in writing. Maybe use ChatGPT to like work it out with you. That's always a nice way of moving something forward, just to get it propagating. But have it be your authentic work and your authentic idea. But your dreams do need a practical plan, or else they stay dreams, Virgo. So you're ready. This is what that's telling me. So Libra, sun, moon, rising. Libra, sun, moon, rising. What's going on for you? Sorry, I just shook the camera. Libra. Okay. One more Libra. Okay. Very nice. So Libra, 8 of Cups. You're coming into this foundation of 8 of Cups with the Queen of Wands energy. Love it, love it, love it. And the 3 of Pentacles. So you've got actually water, fire, and earth here. 8 of Cups. You may be coming off of a period where you were investing in something that took a lot of your energy, relationships, family, work. And coming out of this Mercury retrograde and this period of time, you're seeing that you can only put so much energy into this thing, Libra. It's going to only go so far. So you may be deciding, you know what, can't get blood from a stone sort of message I'm getting. Like, you've tried really hard. It's time to, give it a break or walk away for a minute from something you've devoted a lot of energy, thought, love, emotion to. It's not that you can't love it anymore, but it looks like you might need a break. Queen of Wands. I mean, this is saying that this is what you want to come into. The Queen of Wands is that bad bitch energy where she creates, she's smart, charismatic, she's a magnet, she's lovely, she attracts friends, she enjoys life, she builds things, she's an entrepreneur. So whatever this creative energy is for you, Libra, it's saying it's time to impact the walking away with walking back to yourself and seeing, what am I creating? What am I impacting? What am I bringing? And not only does the Queen of Wands do that for herself, but she usually does that with others, with a group of friends, with a group of people for work, a creative project, because she's the queen. She rules over her version of the kingdom. So where are you impacting? Where are you creating? What's time for you now to bring forth? Where, not being so concerned with that piece that was maybe calling your energy before, but what can you devote that energy to now is the question. And the 3 of Pentacles is absolutely on par with that. The 3 of Pentacles is always a project, building something. So usually it's 3 people. She's got the 2 birds and they're helping her, and she's got the brick laden flower. Sometimes the 3 of Pentacles means seeking an advisor, a mentor, a counselor. But it's often a team effort or getting expert advice. So if you need to think about where you're going to be creative or where you're going to magnetize, it might involve building with friends, building with a team, teamwork, or even getting some mentoring or getting some counseling in order to do that. And very apropos, your Moonology oracle is, don't let your past hold you back. So you're creating like the next wave, Libra. Don't let images or narratives from your past over influence what you're moving forward with. Okay. So that's beautiful. So whatever it was that you're investing your energy into, that you're taking a mini break from or needing to a little bit let go of for now, this is confirming, like, don't let that color things too much for you. You've got a lot ahead of you, building, creating with others, and getting back to yourself. So Libra, very beautiful, beautiful energy. So next is Scorpio. Let me shuffle it up. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Scorpio, what's coming up for you in the next 1 to 2 weeks? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Wow. Okay, King of Wands, Four of Wands. It's interesting. There's a lot of fire energy showing up for people. Swords. Okay. And a good swords, though. Four of Swords is always a good swords. It's needing to take a break. And the Oracle, let me pull that for you. Okay, very good. So, Scorpio, King of Wands, Four of Wands. Your foundation is the King of Wands. So, you've basically coming out of a period of a strong influence of action, ideas, work, creating innovation. You might have a boss or a father figure that's been prominent in recent weeks for you. Somebody who is, fiery, charismatic, may be all over the place, but is really a decent leader, an emotion, heart-centric leader, or you've been trying to have that sort of authority over your own life. And that's been impacting you recently, but I think in a good way, because your catalyst and influencing card is the Four of Wands. So if this has felt like a strong energy and you're kind of wondering how to deal with it, Four of Wands would say stabilize. Use your friends in community. And this is a very balancing and stabilizing force. So that is really good. So whatever felt kind of like a strong energy here, Scorpio, you're solidifying into this beautiful community, stabilizing energy. Very nice. And the advice would be the Four of Swords. So not to be, along with tapping your friends' community and stabilizing your energy, is saying you may need to take a break. Maybe you've been going on all cylinders lately, Scorpio. Maybe you've been putting pedal to the metal in all areas, trying to perform, trying to connect, trying to have fun, trying to have a social life, trying to, show up at work and, keep up with your fitness routine, do all the things. It feels like a lot. So that the advice coming in is Four of Swords, which is everybody needs a break sometimes. Okay. So consider that, Scorpio. That actually is the essence of slowing down to go fast. We all need the break so that we can be the best we can be. We all need to slow down so that we can be the most effective in all the other things we're trying to create. Part of this also for you is the Oracle of working through your fears. So sometimes you might fear slowing down. You may feel like, I can't say no. I'll be set back if I say no to this, or if I have a boundary, or if I don't go out or whatever, because, this may not be your MO, but you've got to work through your fears and trust yourself. That's like the biggest message that I'm getting across for Scorpio is trust yourself. You can withstand this strong energy, stabilize yourself, connect to friends, connect to your community. You might be going to the next level with a relationship for some of you, but also don't get caught up in the swirl, Scorpio. Give yourself some time to reflect and focus and recalibrate and work through your fears of what's going on, anything that's stressing you out right now. Work through your fears and trust yourself. I feel like that's really the main message here for me, to you, for Scorpio. Okay. Sagittarius. We are rounding the bend on the Sagittarius through Pisces. This is Sagittarius. Let's get your oracle. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Yeah. Sagittarius, what's going on for you in the next 1 to 2 weeks as Mercury goes direct again as we head into Leo season. This is for Sagittarius. Wow, jumper, second jumper. Page of Swords, Page of Cups, 2 pages, and the third for Sag is the Death card. All right, let's see. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Page of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Death card. I would say this is interesting. Page of Swords, literally for some of you, and it's very interesting because in this deck, he's a graduate. You are putting forth your knowledge. You're thinking about next steps, intellectually, mentally. Some of you just got a job. Some of you are finishing a program, schooling. But you've got ideas and you're wanting to put your ideas forth. Congratulations are in order for many of you. I feel, Sagittarius, for a milestone that you might have recently earned. But this is kind of saying to me, Page of Cups is, let's get back to your heart-centered choices and the emotional things in your life. Is there a new relationship around the corner? Is there the beginning of an emotional phase with somebody else? Do you need to pay attention to somebody in your sphere, a relative? Sometimes Page of Cups is paying attention to yourself. So if you're coming off of an intense period of putting ideas or studies out into the world or just trying to make things happen, maybe you're in a job search or something like that, Sagittarius, maybe you've been trying to show up at work, but you've been putting ideas or your mental sphere out there. This is reminding you to look around you. There could be somebody in your area that has feelings for you, or for some of you, this is going to mean you need to restore yourself. You need to think about what you just expended and pay some energy to yourself and a bit of self-care. So that's what this would mean. For those of you that are in the beginning of putting your both your intellectual and your emotional stage together and seeing what you want to put out into the world now, you're going to have to end a chapter in order to do that. So that means something's closing out so that you can begin a new chapter. That's going to be really strong for Sagittarius. So it looks like it's not that you're going to be leaving something intellectual and thought-provoking to get into something altogether emotional. It feels like it's going to be both. But it actually is going to be a necessity for you to end something before you can bring in the new. And that's actually interesting because when I just said that it's going to be a balance of mental and emotional energy, your oracle says nothing is yet set in stone. So there's a lot of things in flux still for many Sagittariuses, and you're just kind of sorting through that. But the one thing for sure is something is ending, but death is never a literal ending. It's really some aspect. It could be that the universe is calling upon you to change your perspective, change your thinking, change how you feel about something in order to welcome some new opportunities in. And actually, Sagittarius, I think, is a mutable sign. So you're used to being flexible to what comes. Hey, Greg. You're used to being flexible to what comes. So this should come very naturally to you. So Sagittarius, good luck in the next stage of things for you. That's over the next 1 to 2 weeks. So how'd you even find me, Greg? Let's see. I have 3 more. Next is Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also got 3 of Pentacles, which was a Scorpio card, I think. The Sun and 2 cards for advice. So Capricorn, the advice cards for you are 8 of Pentacles and 3 of Cups. Okay, we'll talk through what that means. Let's do an oracle. Okay, and the answers you need are coming. So let's see how that plays in. So Capricorn, you're coming from a period of working on a project, building something, thinking about building something, but I feel like you've already taken some action to build something. This is almost like a team project that you're working on, or just something with other people. And it's actually going to go well. You're going to get some visibility from it, which is the sun. That says to me there's going to be some visibility in whatever you've started to create. And that's the influences that's happening in the next 1 to 2 weeks. That would actually be very in line with Leo season, which starts to shine a light. It's very in line with all the planetary movements right now, which is saying we're moving from internal to external. And what we kept hidden, we kind of want to have visible now. I think there's a balance between how much you want to put out there, Capricorn. So I think it's kind of keeping that in mind. But there's something that you've been working on that's going to get put out and is going to get some visibility. You're not doing it alone. Again, it's a project. This is clearly a project because we have 3 of Pentacles and then we have 3 of Cups. So this is celebratory. This is doing it with friends. There could easily be something where you're celebrating a milestone to do with a project. Maybe you've got a milestone coming up that you'll be celebrating, but it also means you need to keep your eye on the ball, because the 8 of Pentacles always means like intense focus, building step by step something. So it's mastering your craft. It's fine tuning the edges. So whatever you're creating at this time, Capricorn, as much as you're putting in getting more daylight and visibility to the project, it looks like there's still an energy that keeps you on it and working in it and fine tuning it and making it more masterful. So patience is required, I think, in this process for the Capricorns that are creating something. And the oracle is the answers you need are coming. So yeah, there's some things left to be decided, and there's more information coming. So Capricorns that are putting something out there or building something for themselves or their community, you're doing it with other people. It's team based. It's getting more attention, but it also means that there's some more focused work ahead that needs to be done. So if you're wondering, trying to get some pieces of the puzzle, it would say that the oracle says that there's more answers coming. So patience, to be patient. Okay. Let's see. If you just joined the call, welcome. Let's see. All right. This is Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising. What's happening next 1 to 2 weeks for Aquarius? Ace of Swords. What else? Ace of Swords. King of Swords. Aquarius, as an air sign, you're getting all these air cards. And your advice card is the Page of Cups. We got that a minute ago for another sign. Okay. Excuse me. Coffee. Okay, so this is an interesting progression for Aquarius. So Ace of Swords would say, during the Mercury retrograde or during the past couple of weeks, Aquarius, you've had an idea of a concept for something, because Ace of Swords is the beginning of the air. It's the beginning of the thinking. It's your ideas. They're just germinating. They're just starting. But it's clarity. Ace of Swords is always clarity. So you've become clear on something recently, Aries. And it's grown into something that you want to take action on with the King of Swords. You're ready. And what's influencing this beginning of a very clear idea, concept, notion that you have about something, Aries, you need to kind of take control. This is your complete rational side that sees things clearly, knows what to do. And this is a wonderful progression, because what started as just the beginning of an idea is taking on the energy of the King of Swords. King of Swords knows what they need to do. They're very straightforward about it and commanding about it, and sometimes overly rational about it. So the advice coming in is the Page of Cups. So just guard against not taking into account your emotions or other people's emotions when you take on this King of Swords energy to get your idea or plans into motion in the next couple of weeks, Aquarius. Aquarius can be kind of philosophical, kind of in their head. The King of Swords can be blunt. Sometimes for others that are not air signs, King of Swords can be insulting, not meaning to be. So I guess this is saying to just take care to also blend your mental approach with a little bit of emotional. Just be aware of your own feelings in this matter. Be aware of other feelings of other people in this manner. But actually, your oracle, I'm just seeing it now, says expect powerful change. So that makes total sense to me, because the beginning of an idea has now just come very quickly to fruition with the King of Swords, and there's some power behind the King of Swords. He's always got power. So, not surprising that the card says expect powerful change. So there's many Aquariuses that are going to be experiencing some big changes. So that could be exciting. I'm just kind of wondering the nature of it. This makes sense. I pulled an extra clarifier card, 5 of Swords. When I said to kind of be aware that you're taking into account feelings of yourself, but also feelings of others, this is a little bit of a beware. 5 of Swords, unnecessary arguments. So for some of you that are trying to put forth this idea or this powerful change that you've been thinking about, that you're ready to put out there, which is very Mercury going direct energy, is it's time to put some things out, not just think about them. What it's kind of warning you about is to just avoid unnecessary friction. Take into account some folks' feelings around you as you kind of powerfully move forward with whatever change or whatever project or whatever idea it is that you're working on. So that is that for Aquarius. The last sign is Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, I said Venus. I wasn't saying Venus to all the other ones, but you can always read your Venus sign. That's what you value in the world. You can always read your Venus sign, but this is a Pisces reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising right now. What do they need to know over the next 1 to 2 weeks as we come out of Mercury retrograde, as we move into Leo season? Okay. 9 of Swords, Hierophant, and 2 of Cups. Very nice. So, 9 of Swords for many Pisces, you might be coming out of a kind of like emotional period. Sleepless nights. Virgo had this card as well. I think, yeah, it was Virgo had this card as well. Pisces, you may be coming out of a period of doubt, worry. Something's kind of keeping you up at night. Literally, this is that card. Burdens that are weighing on you. That's maybe the past energy that you've got coming into the present. With the Hierophant card, you might be concerned about a partnership. For many of you, it could be to do with a partnership, but also society. You're weighing up being a little bit concerned about what people expect from you. You might have a lot of obligations right now. For many Pisces, they might be just feeling like there's people pulling them in different directions. So that's in your sphere. The advice is 2 of Cups. There's probably a certain relationship, friendship. It could be platonic, it could be romantic, that's coming your way or needs your attention or is going to be very valuable during this period. The 2 of Cups is always one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. It's people seeing on the same wavelength, whether it's a friend, family member. There's somebody in your sphere that you will benefit from partnering with during this period as you weigh up what people expect of you and which way you should put your energy. It feels like this is the first time I pulled this in 12 signs, that there's an important partnership that you need to pay attention to. And in doing that, it'll really help you get through this period and focus on what you feel is going to move you forward. The worry part goes away. It looks like that's just something you're coming out of. I feel Pisces. And actually the advice and the oracle is to hold your vision. So, I feel like during this period with the moon behind the owl, there's been some wisdom coming through for many Pisces that might be seeing this and resonating with it, that whatever kind of started to come forward during the past month or so, even though you've been feeling some angst and stress, there's been a glimmer,